What did I think of Battlefront Classic Collection? We just finished a 2.5-hour stream of playing Battlefront 2, the Classic Collection from 2005. And then we played a little bit of Battlefront 2017 as well after that with some JK2s you can probably see. So the game is getting a lot of hate online right now because it has a lot of bugs. I don't think Aspyr really anticipated that so many people would be playing. And that's great. It shows, you know, there's a huge market for this game, and why Lucasfilm and Disney didn't make Battlefront 3, I'll never know. I think that was a really big loss for them because it would have been a huge success and would have probably made a lot of money, I think, but for whatever reason it didn't happen. Now, the game is getting a lot of hate because there's a lot of bugs. It's really laggy. And I gotta say, my experience with that was yes and no. There was a huge lag feature. There's a feature. It's like a DLC lag feature. There was a huge lag and just problems with the game in general when you were playing heroes versus villains. But when you were playing Conquest, I found it to be smooth. It was great. It was a little bit of a mishmash, but I mean, you have 64 people in a game. And to me, it was great. I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't have a PS2, so I didn't get to play this game. I only played it at my friends' houses sometimes. But it took me back to the old days where I had JK2, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. That was a game I put so many hours into. And they kind of took me back to that as well. So overall, I don't think that they really anticipated so many people to be playing the game, because it does crash. It is pretty buggy. But you know what? Give it a couple weeks. Maybe they'll try and fix it, and we'll have a very smooth, seamless game. Now, as for a lot of comments are saying that it's a cash grab. To that, I agree. $45 for a remastered game that's not really totally remastered is a bit high. They do have costs, you know, they want to make a profit. I understand that. But I think they could have probably brought it to, like, you know, $19.99. I think that would have probably been a little more understandable or affordable to a lot of people, especially for a game that isn't like fully remastered. I mean, they created some new lighting and they created reflections on the ground. They did a great job with that. However, and if you want to see the comparisons of that, go check out Robbie and Ryan's video, and I'll just actually pull that up in a second. So one of my favorite Star Wars channels, I love these guys, is Star Wars HQ. I think that I've hung out with them quite a bit in the past, and they've done a great job with their channel. However, this video in particular, I want to talk about because they go over what it looked like before versus what it looks like now, and we can see that.
Now let's talk about the graphical differences you can expect in the game. First, both games have been upscaled within the Classic Collection compared to the original versions. You can really tell that Aspyr put effort into upscaling the many different textures, and I also noticed that the new games run incredibly smooth, much smoother than the originals, and this translates into the controls as well. Aiming and moving never felt so buttery smooth before. Then there's the other nice graphical enhancements too. On Coruscant, for instance, they've actually added reflective properties to some of the textures, like on the floor here, and then Kamino has seen updated textures that are now much sharper with a more gray appearance, making it more accurate to the films. And the vehicles reflect lighting better too, with more advanced bump mapping from what I can tell. Like on this snail take, for instance, in comparison, the original version looks more flat, while the new Classic Collection snail tank has been upgraded with more reflective surfaces.
So, in my opinion, what I really think, and big shout out to Star Wars HQ. Oh, did they change their name? The HQ? Star Wars, did they change their name? Did you guys change your name? Oh, I guess because you cover a whole bunch of different stuff, not just Star Wars. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I love you guys. If you guys see this video, I miss you. Hope you're doing well. So learning from Vader Episode 2 stuff, because we're doing everything CGI, lighting can really change the look of an entire environment, entire feel of a movie or production. And what they've done here is they've just taken the lighting of things, and I think they've just enhanced it and made it a lot better for today's day and age. What I would have liked to see is they take new models. Just make new models for every single character. That would definitely drive the price up, and that would make sense for like $45-50. And then you'd have new textures, you'd have new environments, you'd have new lighting, reflections, you'd have new character models, which would really drive home a lot of the sales, I think. And a lot of the lightsabers and everything would look really good. Maybe even some new sounds. I don't know how much they did with the music and the sounds, but they could definitely enhance a lot of the lightsaber sounds and make it more crispy and punchy. And I feel like that would definitely give you like a holy, wow, this is a really big new experience from something that we already loved. versus what we're getting right now is a lot of people are like, it's kind of like it's kind of like the old one. Not too much is different, at least not for 45 bucks. That seems to be a lot of the complaints that I'm seeing online. But overall, I'm having fun. I enjoy it. Is it worth 45 bucks? No, but if you can afford it, I mean, cool, great, go for it. So what I would like to see in the future from these kinds of remasters is to maybe get some new character models and remodel them from scratch or whatever. Take them from whatever other it's all Lucasfilm, man. They own everything. You know, take it from Battlefront and maybe like redo it or something like that. And then essentially they'd give us like Battlefront 3, because that's what this could have been if they just maybe put, I don't know what, another few million into it. I feel like they could have advertised it as like Battlefront 2.5 or something like that, and then it would have been really worth 50 bucks, at least 50 bucks Canadian, I believe it is. So for you guys, it might be a little bit cheaper in the States. But yeah, I think, you know, the game is really fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a fun time with you guys and the community, and I think that's what really makes the game worth it. Otherwise, is the game worth the price? No. But am I having a good time? Yes. So it's really up to you if you want to decide to, you know, shell out that amount of money for a game that kind of looks like, for the most part, the original. I would say the biggest upgrade for me for this, oh geez, I'm like off camera. I would say like the biggest upgrade for me for this is probably the fact that it actually works. Whenever I would try and play the game on the old one from 2005 on Steam, it would just crash all the time, or, you know, it was impossible to stream and play the game because like anytime I'd exit out, it would minimize and the screen would get all wonky and weird. So they've definitely fixed a lot of that for modern computers and modern consoles. However, they could do a lot more to actually make it worth the price tag. So I'm enjoying the game. I like it. I'm having fun. Is it buggy? Yes, when you play with heroes versus villains. But I think that, you know, in a couple weeks, they could probably iron all that out, flatten it out, and then make it a really good game that will be enjoyable. But right now, it's too early to tell. So I was hoping that these problems wouldn't arise right at the start. But with every sort of launch, there pretty much is. So I'm going to give it 2 weeks, and then we can do another review and assessment and see where they're really at. Otherwise, right now, yeah, it's a fun game. I'm having fun. It's good time, you know, good time with the community. So that's my review on Battlefront 2 Classic Collection. If you guys want to grab it, I'm going to be playing every night. If you don't, then feel free to watch and have fun and sit back. We're going to do some contests and giveaways as well. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you guys always.